It's noon here in Ventnor City, New Jersey, and our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and this is CarEdge Live for Thursday, November 20th. The date of my brother's birthday, who is 83 years old today.
Whoa.
And acts as if he's, 78, but whatever. Your hosts today are me, Ray, here in Ventnor, and that good-looking young man, Zach, in Washington. How are you today, handsome?
I'm doing well. Happy birthday, Uncle Kenny. I'll give him a call this afternoon. 83. Man, Uncle Kenny is getting old. Folks, my dad and I, for 6 years now with our incredible team, have been building CarEdge.com. I love our website because if you scroll down a little bit, it says this: CarEdge is built to help you buy a car, not to help a dealer sell one. Other car sites work for dealers. CarEdge works for you. I encourage everyone. We're running it for another day or two here. Our car buying service, $150 off, and CarEdge Pro, 15% off. Please, 20 hours left on this promotion. Please take advantage of this, folks, and get a free consultation with our team. See if it's a good fit to work with CarEdge. It's not always, and we are not offended. We are simply here to help. The big story this morning, Dad, car dealers nationwide are shaking in their boots. Carvana, Dad, purchasing their third new car dealership. They are shocking the auto industry. And their third Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership, interestingly. We've also got some other Jeep news that we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. But let's start here, Dad. Carvana adding their third new car dealership. What the heck is Carvana doing?
I think their hope is that they're changing the way automobiles are bought and sold in this country. Their first new car dealership that they bought was in Casa Grande, Arizona, just south of Tempe. It's about 45 miles south of Tempe. And I can honestly say we've driven through Casa Grande, and it's a lovely town to drive through. And so they bought a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep dealership there.
Just casually throwing shade at Casa Grande. Okay, didn't see that coming, but okay, let's see where this is going.
And so they bought this Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep dealership there, which was a poorly performing Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram point.
Yep.
And I believe in the short time that they've owned it, they have taken it to be the number one volume dealer in their area, which is a pretty significant sales increase. Now, why? Why do they choose Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep dealerships? Because the one they bought in Texas was a CDJR dealership, and the one they're buying in San Diego. And I think if you were to dig deep, I think the type of customers that CDJR dealerships attract are of the lower credit quality tiers. And so these are the people that appeal most to Carvana, because realistically, Carvana wants to be in the loan origination business and not necessarily the car business. The big thing for them is placing all these loans. We know for a fact that in order to be able to qualify for a loan at Carvana, you have to have a minimum income of $5,000 a year. That's less than $100 a week, ladies and gentlemen. So if that's the type of criteria they're using to approve people for loans at Carvana, my suspicion is they're using the same type of parameters for their new and used car customers at their new car facilities, and the same sales practices, which are the price is the price. There's no negotiation. Hey, step right up. We're going to put you in one of them 19% loans, and you're going to be happy.
So your read on this, Dad, is Carvana obviously acquiring their third Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership. It is a little bit of like a wake-up call. Hey, the price is the price. Car shopping, that's obviously resonating with customers. But when you peel this back a little bit more, do you think it's just their play to get more and more subprime auto loans booked? And ultimately, that's the name of the game over at Carvana, is to sell as many auto loans as possible.
My suspicion, strictly a suspicion, but if I was running Carvana and this is what I was looking to do, to buy dealerships that normally attracts people with somewhat suspicious credit histories and are mostly just payment buyers, I think the next dealerships we're going to find out that they're buying are Nissan dealerships. Okay, because that's another brand that attracts lower credit quality people and that are just payment buyers. So I think that's their business model. That's been their business model at Carvana. The price is the price. We'll approve you for a loan when nobody else will. Those loans are at a high interest rate, and then they are bundled and sold as asset-backed securities. So they're just looking to originate loans, sell those loans, reap the profits from the little bit of profit they make from those loans, plus the profit they make on the cars that they sell. What it proves is that there is a percentage of the population that is very content to not have to negotiate. Okay, and that percentage of the population that feels that way is willing to not only pay a premium for the price of the car, but a premium for the interest that they're being charged on the loan that they're getting. It is, I think, unless there's some accounting fraud going on that I don't know about, and I don't. So I think at this point it's a business model that seems to be working for Carvana. So let's, is it a wake-up call to other dealers out there that maybe you need to find a better way of selling cars? Perhaps.
Let's do my favorite thing, Dad. Let's do a live experiment. We're in Casa Grande, folks. Everyone get ready. We're in Casa Grande. We're on Carvana's Casa Grande CDJR website. Let's look at their new vehicles for sale. Sure, we'll go Jeep. Let me just view all the inventory. Man, I love these car dealer websites. They always make me feel good about our website. They're always so hard to use, these websites. Okay, so let's see here. These are some in-transit vehicles. Let's just choose a random page. Let's go to page 7. My favorite number.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
I don't know much about advertising, but I'm pretty sure that most of the manufacturers would tell you that it's the front end of the car that sells the car, not the ass end.
Okay, so let's take a peek here, y'all. So this is one that said it was in inventory. It's a 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude 4x4, MSRP of $48,630. It shows here $2,500 in incentives and a selling price of $46,130. Question for our community. Do y'all want me to sick our AI agent on this vehicle? Now, I want to be very clear here. The likelihood that I purchase this vehicle is quite low. So I don't want to waste their time for wasting their time's sake, but let me know in the chat if I should go back to our website and we can look at it again tomorrow. Should I have the AI agent communicate with this dealership and see what price we get? Okay, we got one yes. That was all I needed. Let's do it. All right, so I'm a simple man, Dad. I'm a simple man.
Doesn't take much.
Does not take much. So I'm going to come back over here to CarEdge.com. I'm going to click on Shop New. Give me a second here. We're going to put in the VIN. Okay, here we go. Images coming soon. We love it. All right, so what I'm going to do, Dad, is I'm going to click on Get the Real Price. Okay, so the dealer discount that we're suggesting would be all the way down to $45,056. Again, the dealer advertised price is $46,000. Let's set it a little lower. You know what? I want to live a little bit. Let's set it to $44,000. Pretty aggressive price here. They've had this for 34 days. It's 125 days supply in the market. All sorts of good information here. All right, and I don't know how I'm going to buy it yet, so I'm going to click on Negotiate Now. Drum roll, please. My agent, Zach, is setting up, analyzing the market data. Love that. Reviewing the inventory, writing the opening message to the dealer, contacting the dealer. All right, y'all. This thing just got kicked off. So
I can't wait till they sign you up for that 11.99% new car loan rate.
All right, well, we're going to come back here tomorrow and we're going to see what actually happens. Or heck, we'll check back at the end of the show. But we've got now the AI agent contacting a Carvana dealership. This advertised price, though, does not seem low enough, Dad, between you and me. Something tells me we can go lower. But first,
the only discount is the incentives.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're going to get a lower price, which would disprove Carvana's business model, which is one price selling. At least that's what they do on the used car side. But Dad, we got to take a second here and thank the sponsor of today's program, our friends over at Delete Me. Now, you and I both know, Dad, there are data brokers out there selling our information online, and anyone can buy it. Things like our phone number, social security number, and home address are sold online, and they're available to marketers, scammers, and
everyone in between, whoever the hell they may be.
All right, we love the energy. Now, Delete Me, the sponsor of today's program, helps you take control over your data. Delete Me removes your personal information from hundreds of data brokers on your behalf. My dad and I both personally use Delete Me. We've been using it for well over a year. And no, we will not delete CarEdge Live. Y'all willingly choose to show up to these things, but you don't willingly have data brokers sell your information online. You can get started today, folks, with a 20% off coupon. Just use the code CarEdge at checkout or click the link in the top of the description. joindeleteme.com/CarEdge. Okay, so back to Carvana, Dad. Their whole shtick is one price selling. I think we're about to prove that for new cars, it's definitely not one price selling, because the out the door price is going to have a dock fee and a this fee and a that fee. It'll be super interesting to see.
But so does, I'm sure, at their used car locations, they probably have a dock fee and everything else. I would be curious if they come off the price at all, if they are truly a one price store, a negotiation free store.
It'll be interesting to see here, Dad, because I should have updated my agent. It has my Washington, D.C. So we might have to try this again.
Yeah.
Because I doubt this dealership's really going to want to sell this car.
They ain't reaching out to you. Yeah, sure. Let's get in touch with this moron in Washington looking to buy. Come on now. Okay. Well, Scottsdale address or something.
As we move through the show here, I will delete that negotiation. I will restart it with the right address or with the right zip code. Yeah. All right. Undo.
Maybe when you go out there to pick up your, your new Jeep, we could stop at the Lucid factory and ask them if they'd give us a tour so we could watch them build their 10 or 12 cars that they build a month or whatever it is.
We could be onto something. Now, Dad, the other story with Jeep that I wanted to cover today. So that's Carvana. They've got their third Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealership. It is incredibly interesting what they're doing. The other thing that I wanted to talk about this morning, Dad, is Jeep unveiled their brand new SUV, the Recon. Now, did you see this, Dad? Did you learn about the Recon at all?
I did not.
All right. Well, then I want to ask you this, and I'm asking the CarEdge community as well. What do you think the starting MSRP is for Jeep's brand new Recon SUV? Bear in mind, it is an electric vehicle. So this is a brand new electric SUV from Jeep. What do you think the starting MSRP is?
I'm going to guess if it's an EV, and we know that the average price of an EV in America is around $55,000. So I'm going to guess that Jeep wanted to be at that sweet spot.
All right. So you think they're at what price?
$55,000.
Now, Dad, you would be a good betting man. However, you'd be wrong. The starting MSRP for this vehicle is $65,000. Then there's a $2,000 destination fee.
Okay, right? So it's $67,000.
$67,000. Isn't this absurd, Dad? Jeep's brand new, hey, we're going to win customers back, is a $67,000 starting MSRP electric SUV. I mean, I was just bewildered when I saw this. There's no way that this is the winning recipe over at Jeep. I mean, like, what is going on over there?
Well, the winning recipe, they haven't had a winning recipe in 6 years, for goodness sake. Their sales have been going backwards for 6 years. Their prices have been going up and their sales have been going backwards. I have to ask this question.
Ask the question.
An electric off-road vehicle. So, you're in Moab, Utah. I hear it's beautiful. It's just beautiful there. And, you're out gallivanting around, off-roading slowly but securely in your electric EV, your Jeep. Where do you charge that damn thing? Do they have charging stations in the middle of these national and state parks out there somewhere, in the middle of nowhere? I mean, why would you want an electric off-road vehicle? It's if you have a a gas or a diesel powered off-road vehicle, you can travel with extra fuel in fuel cans. You can't travel with, I don't know, an extra charger. What do you do?
Dad, we know that electric is part of the problem. Obviously, the other part of the problem is price point. Look at this tweet that was shared, or this X that was shared by a gentleman who runs a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership. The first product drop of the new era at Stellantis was the Jeep Recon. Such a cool vehicle, a natural fit to smash the Broncos Sport. If it was a base model internal combustion engine for $45,000, then loaded with features, we can start talking 50s. It's a massive hit and a momentum changer, but the price is $67,000. This does nothing to change the perception we are overpriced. It makes the hole deeper. $67,000 hurts Jeep. $10,000 to $15,000 off our products does not matter if no one is looking at them. Kaniskis and Filosa know better. We have a top of funnel problem and you are making it worse. End of story. I thought that was such a timely and relevant tweet. It has, Ted, you could say it has something to do with the powertrain. I actually think it just has more to do with price point. No one wakes up.
It's
definitely both, but I think the lead is the price. People don't wake up and say, I want to spend 70 grand on a Jeep. And we know this because they've run the experiment before and we've seen them learn their lesson a little bit. We saw a $20,000 MSRP reduction on certain Jeep vehicles year over year. Then they launched this brand new product and it's at least 70 grand when you got the dealer fees. And I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, and they were being called out by a CDJR dealer. Now maybe the big shots at Stellantis know who he is, other than just car dealer guy. They know who he is, and he's calling them out, and rightfully so. If I was the owner of a CDJR dealership and our Jeep sales have been struggling for 6 years, why would I ever? How could you ever be excited at the fact that the first new model we're really bringing out is 67 large? I mean, that's crazy. That's a number that doesn't resonate with your customer base. Jeeps were
resonate. They can't even fathom spending $70,000.
Well, come on. People were buying Jeeps when they were, $25,000 to $40,000.
We just acknowledged
that selling.
We just acknowledged at the beginning of this segment that Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram typically find themselves suited more for subprime credit borrowers.
Yes.
And now you've got, what? Subprime credit getting approval for a $70,000 car note on an electric I mean, I don't see it. I just do not see it.
Well, I could see that happening at the Carvana CDJR dealership because they just want to put you into a loan. But most banks are not doing that. And let's face it, those customers aren't looking for a payment that's associated with a $67,000 vehicle. Every major corporation out there occasionally makes missteps. Some major corporations out there make many missteps, and they're not occasional. This is one of those cases where it is an ongoing misstep, year after year, month after month. Sales declines year over year, although I do believe the Jeep sales did tick up a little bit this year. But still, this was an iconic American brand that was selling, close to 1 million Jeeps a year, and is now selling somewhere around 600,000 Jeeps a year. How do you do that to your business and then say, okay, well, we're going to bring it back by introducing a $67,000 Jeep, and that's the starting price.
Yeah, we're not talking about loaded up. That's the starting price. We haven't updated this page in a while. Maybe we will. This was last updated in February of 2024. Jeep prices have increased 61% in the past 5 years. And if we go here, you can see this is a chart of Jeep sales from 2018 to 2023. And Dad, you know me, I love seeing charts go up and to the right. This one is going down and to the right. They had almost 1 million new vehicles sold in 2018. down to below 650,000 in 2023. At the same time, the chart that shows prices, average prices from 2018 to 2023, up from nearly $34,000 to nearly $55,000. And then again, the new leadership, that's what makes this most damning, is there's new leadership at Stellantis. The first product they bring to market is the $67,000 Recon.
Don't you think? I mean, I'm not the brightest guy in the world. I always say that. But don't you think, as an executive at Stellantis, that you could look at those two charts and see a correlation between your ever-increasing prices and your rapidly decreasing sales? At what point, as an executive, do you look at that and go, oh, maybe there's something to raising the prices that's causing our customers to not be our customers anymore? I mean, one of the reasons you're getting paid the big bucks is you're supposed to have the intelligence to interpret data like this and go, we need to go in the opposite direction. And here they are, new CEO in place, new people brought back the old people to help build the brands back up. And the first vehicle they come out with is $67,000. And that's the starting price. I'm pretty sure there must be packages that can go on it or different trim levels to take it up even higher. That's a form of corporate malfeasance, at least in my opinion. And I always just remember, folks, the opinions expressed by me are strictly my opinions, not the opinion or the thinking of CarEdge itself.
From Matthew, going above and beyond on that one, Pops. You've said much more egregious things that needed that level of follow up. But from Matthew, thank you, Matthew. Remember off-roading Death Valley? Definitely no charging. Yeah, Dad, I think you're onto something. These off-roading EVs kind of got put some questions in my mind. But again, I would just say, for me, more importantly, it's the fact that it's a nearly $70,000 starting price, not even the powertrain. I've always said, people could care less about powertrain. They care about price. If you had a $20,000 EV, it would sell off the shelves. But we don't have anything $20,000.
It's not even they care about price. They care about payment most of the time.
Yeah.
84% of customers out there are payment buyers.
Yep.
That's what they want to know. Okay,
Yep.
Can I afford that monthly payment? Not can I afford a $67,000 Jeep? Can that $67,000 Jeep come down to $400 a month? Yeah, with probably $60,000 down. Yeah, we could probably get you there.
You're going to want to see this next Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram story. But before we go there, from CQA, good to see you, Brandon. I guess I'll start seeing a lot of 6-month-old Jeeps being sold by Bridgecrest at the auction. I think you're onto something, Brandon. Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of these show up at the dealer auctions. They're not going to be selling from the dealer level. Then the customers that buy them, they're going to get repoed. Like it's just I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. And the execs at Jeep get paid millions of dollars a year, and these are the decisions that they're making.
Yes, but the executives at Carvana are making a similar decision, and they're saying, that's okay. We'll get you into a payment range that's comfortable for you at an exorbitantly high interest rate, or at least an interest rate that is probably typically above the average rates at the moment. And we'll turn around and sell those as asset-backed securities so that we can wash our hands of them.
Okay, Dad. Let's switch gears. We're staying on Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you something, and I want you to give your visceral, real reaction, okay? Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Is that in the car?
That's in the car.
Get the hell out of here. I bought the car. That doesn't mean I gave you the right to advertise to me in the car as I'm driving my damn car or when I turn my damn car on. I bought the car. I didn't buy an advertising package from you. Oh, please update me when we have rebates that I'll get my ass back into that dealership. This seat that I'm in is getting a little uncomfortable. I need a newer seat. That $1,500 loyalty retail bonus credit. Get that off of my screen. Okay, that's if I'm paying $67,000 for a Jeep, I want it to be ad free. Okay, that is such BS. I'm sorry.
For those of you that listen to the podcast and don't tune in live here on YouTube, it is a screenshot that we're looking at, or a photo, excuse me, of the infotainment section of, I think this is a Ram, but of a vehicle, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram vehicle. And it says, marketing notification just announced $1,500 loyalty retail bonus cash. Own a Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat or Alfa Romeo brand vehicle. I guess you do because you're driving it.
Yeah.
Get $1,500 in additional bonus cash on the purchase of a new Jeep brand vehicle, valid 11/5/25 to 12/1/25. This is in the infotainment of the vehicle. Let's just riff off this for a second. I mean, would you, Dad, would you pay a monthly subscription to not have ads in your car?
No, I wouldn't buy the car to begin with. Okay, I would absolutely boycott the brand. Okay, you know, when I ran dealerships, you know, and everybody does a survey. There's always customer satisfaction surveys, and you know, just because I buy something doesn't mean that I've agreed to or given you the right to contact me, call me, email me, regular mail me, and ask me to fill out a survey. I bought your product. Leave me the hell alone. Now, if you're asking me to spend $67,000 for a Jeep, or $20,000 for a Jeep, or I don't know, $100,000 for a Grand Wagoneer L, or whatever the hell it is, and you want to be able to interrupt my commute or my drive with messages and marketing messages and advertisements, well, then you need to be paying me on a monthly basis. But if that's going to be part of the deal, I'm not in. I am not in. Just because I wanted to buy something of yours doesn't mean I want to continue to be advertised to from you. So I'm sorry. Beat it.
No shame in my game. Advertisement here from CarEdge.com, your expert car buyer on your side. We got a promo running, y'all. Car buying service, $150 off. CarEdge Pro 15% off. Tomorrow, I will reinitiate that negotiation with that Carvana dealership, that Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Carvana dealership. I got to figure out how to update my zip code. So I'm going to play around with that offline. And then tomorrow we will check in with the AI negotiator. That's part of CarEdge Pro. So if you're not using the car buying service, you should at least be using CarEdge Pro. Learn more about both back at CarEdge.com. Dad, let's call it a show for today if that's A-okay. I've got an interview here with a radio station in 3 minutes, so I got to get prepped for that a little bit. But folks, we'll be back tomorrow with more CarEdge Live. We appreciate everyone tuning in. We appreciate our sponsor, Delete Me. Please check out. Again, my dad and I both personally use Delete Me, so please check that out. And Pops, good takes today. That was quite amusing for me. I laughed pretty hard off camera.
Well, you know, I'm glad I could make you laugh, and I hope I made a few other people laugh. And my hope is that I've made the good folks at Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram cry.
We're back tomorrow, folks. Love you, Dad.
Yep, love you too, handsome. Thank you, everybody.